Welcome to 74 in 74. We dedicate 74 seconds to tell you what's coming up this week in Studio 74. Today we are joined by the UK Green Film Festival producer Amy Hepton, who's here to tell us a little bit about the Green Film Festival, which we are hosting in Studio 74 in November. Hi Amy, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks so much. We're so excited to be back in Exeter. We've screened with you guys for years, so it's really lovely to be back in actual cinemas, but also back in Exeter itself.
We're really excited to have you back, and the films always spark some really lively discussions with our audience. What is it that you're excited to bring to the screen this year?
I think one of the main things actually is about the timing of it itself. So obviously Glasgow is hosting the United Nations COP26 this year. So the festival is screening alongside that, which I think is going to be really interesting because, you know, we've got some really interesting films that, you know, shed some light maybe on some of those issues. So like climate change, illegal deforestation, corporate corruption, those kind of topics. So for me, that's kind of the most interesting thing about this year is that timing.
Can you tell us a bit about the films that we're going to be screening?
Yeah, of course. So I think at Exeter, we kick off with a lovely film called Journey to Utopia, which follows the Moe family. And they've really decided that they're very worried about climate change and what that means for the future for their three kids. And they attempt to make a real difference under the shadow of climate change and decide to uproot their family from this kind of picture perfect farm in Norway to move to this place called Permatopia, which is an organic, self-sufficient kind of cooperative in Denmark. And we go along for the ride, really, in this kind of very charming, but, you know, very brutally honest film about this family's journey. Next up, we've got Josie Gold. So this is set in Johannesburg, which is known as Josie, which has produced a third of all the gold mined in history. So, you know, really big on the mines there and the gold production. But these mines are falling apart. So it's a bit of a kind of environmental nightmare, really. But the film itself follows this amazing lady called Mariette, who really takes on a kind of personal mission to force the gold industry, these big corporations, to take responsibility. So next up is Nuclear Forever. So this film, quite timely, it follows Germany in particular, who's as a country, they're moving away from nuclear energy. Now they're coming up against questions. So they've got thousands of tons of radioactive waste to dispose of, for example. It's a really fascinating film.
And then we've got Wood, which is almost like a thriller, isn't it?
Yep, definitely. So this is an environmental documentary about illegal logging, but as you say, it's a little bit of a spy thriller as well. So we follow Alexander von Bismarck, who he heads up Washington's Environmental Investigation Agency, which is kind of like the CIA, I guess, of the environmental world. Full on concealed cameras, disguises, everything. And he goes deep undercover into the timber mafia. So this is like a global business worth billions. And it's just a really interesting deep dive into that world.
And then there's Now, which I'm quite excited about. Is it as inspirational and as loud as it sounds?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's a film that's needed because, you know, names like Greta and Fridays for Future have become such household names, but actually how much do we know about what drives, you know, these movements and the individuals behind them? And they're also young as well. So this film looks at the kind of new wave of these like climate rebels and really finds out about what motivates their fight for change and, you know, this new generation of activists. And there's some amazing voices in the film as well, like I think Patti Smith joins and Wim Wenders. So it's a great watch.
Thank you so much for sharing your insight into the films you've got going on. Where can people find out more about the Green Film Festival?
We're at ukgreenfilmfestival.org, and you can also find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and just follow the links from there. But we're really looking forward to bringing the full programme to Exeter this year.
Thanks for having us and letting us do that. And thank you so much for your time. And we hope to see you again after this screening, after this festival. And
yes,
look forward to thinking ahead to the next year.